Hello everyone, this is Hitesh Mhatre, HOD, Computer Engineering Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to learn about normalization types. So learning objective, first normal form that is 1NF, second normal form that is 2NF, third normal form that is 3NF and Boyce Codd normal form that is BCNF. So starting with the first normal form. The first normal form is defined in the definition of the relation table itself. This rule defines that all the attributes in a relation must have a atomic domain. Means the attribute value should have a single value. The values in an atomic domain are indivisible unit. Means you cannot further divide it. You cannot further divide it. So it should be a single value. Each attribute must contain only a single value from its predefined domain. So domain is already fixed, that is there is a condition on which values to be accepted, and in that it will have only a single value from that. So we can see here in the example here we have a course type as a programming and we have a content as two different values, Java and C++. Similarly, we have a course type as a web, and in this we have a content as HTML, PHP and ASP. So in this is accepted, but since we are using normalization and to be in the first normal form, the condition states that it should be atomic, it should be indivisible. Now you can see here these two content we can divide separately. These three contents we can divide separately. So if I want to convert this relation into a normal form, that is first normal form, my resultant should be like this. So course I will write programming and the content Java. Now this is a single value, I cannot divide this. Similarly, again I am writing a course as a programming, content is C++. Then again I am writing a web, content is HTML. Similar for PHP and ASP. Now you will tell that okay, here the values are repeating, but if I want to identify this particular record, each record is unique, because if I consider course and content together, programming and Java becomes a unique record. Similarly, web and HTML, this becomes a unique record. So there will be no repetition here. So converting this relation into 1NF. So the value should be atomic. Coming to the second normal form, that is 2NF. Now first it should be in a 1NF. So the relation, the table, that should be in 1NF. And if we follow the second normal form, then every non-prime attribute should be fully functionally dependent on a primary key attribute. Means if there is a primary key in a table, then all the non-primary attributes should be dependent upon the primary key. So value should be related to the primary key. That is, if x belongs to A holds, then there should not be any proper subset of y of x for which y belongs to A also holds true. We'll see an example. This is a student project ID, sorry, student project relation. You can see here there are four attributes here, out of which the student ID and the project ID are referred as a primary key. Then we have student name and project name. Now you can see here the student name is dependent on student ID and project name is dependent upon project ID. So student project relation with a primary key student ID and project ID. According to the rule, non-key attributes, that is student name and project name, must be dependent upon both and not only the prime key attribute. So here, since it is individually dependent, but as per the second normal form, student name should be dependent on both these primary key attributes. Similarly, project name should be dependent upon both these IDs. But we can see there student name is identified by student ID and project name is identified by project ID. So this is called as a partial dependency, not fully dependency. So to convert this relation into 2NF, we will have some result like this. So we have to divide this table or this relation into two different relations. So one will be student, in which student ID is your primary key. Student name, now student name is dependent on student ID. Also project ID is dependent upon student ID. So both these non-prime key attributes are dependent upon student ID. Similarly, for the project relation, we have project ID as a primary key and the project name as a non-primary key. So this project name is fully dependent on the project ID. So we can see here all the non-prime attributes are dependent upon your prime key attributes. So this converts your relation, which was a student project relation, into two different relation, but these are satisfying the second normal form. Then we have a third normal form. For a relation to be in a third normal form, it must be in a second normal form. So again, it must satisfy the previous normal form, that is the second normal form, and must satisfy some condition. No non-prime attributes is transitively dependent on a primary key. For any non-trivial function dependency, x belongs to A, then either x is a super key or A is a prime attribute. Now to better understand this, we will take an example. We can see again a student detail where we have a student ID as a primary key. Then we have a student name, city and zip code in this student detail relationship. So we can find that student ID is the key and the only key attribute. Now we can see that student ID can be identified by, city will be identified by a student ID as well as by zip itself. So using the zip code, we can identify the city. But in this, it happens that student ID can also identify the city because student ID is a primary key. But city is dependent upon the zip code. Zip is not a super key, nor city is a primary key. So we can say that student ID can identify zip, and in turn zip can identify the city. So there is a transitivity, means like A to B and B to C. So we can say that A to C. So that is city can be identified based on the student ID. To bring this relation into third normal form, now we have to break this record. So this relation we have to break. So it can be as student details like student ID, name and the zip code. Then we have another relation, that is a zip, and we have a city as a non-key attribute. So we can identify here the city based on the zip. So if I want to find the city of a student, so I will see this ID. From this ID, I will relate to the zip code of that student. Now zip code will give me the city through this zip code relationship. Now here the zip becomes the foreign key. It is the referencing to the zip code table. So From student ID, I can identify my city also. But for a single relation, this transitivity should not be there. That is, student can identify zip code and zip code can identify city. So which in turn says that student can identify the city. So this relation is been split into two different relation here. Next we have the Boyce Codd normal form. Now Boyce Codd normal form or BCNF is an extension of the third normal form. Means it is similar to your third normal form, but there are some certain strict rules. BCNF states that for any non-trivial functional dependency where X belongs to A, X must be a super key. X must be a super key. Like in the previous example, we have seen that student ID is a super key in the relation student detail and the zip is the super key in the relation zip code. So we have super key in both the relation. So student ID identifies student name and zip, and zip identifies your city, which confirms that the both the relations are in a BCNF, because the student ID is also a super key and here the zip is also a super key, and we have a dependency that student is dependent, student identifies your zip. So this zip becomes a super key in this relationship, that is the zip code relationship. So this is just the extension of your third normal form, but there are certain strict terms, that is the X, that is the non-trivial function dependency. Your X must be the super key. So your X becomes your student ID and your X becomes your zip ID. So I hope the types of normalization are clear. If you have any queries, here is the detail where you can contact me. Thank you.